Hi y'all, I'm Hazu, a Brazilian freelance illustrator, and I'm back. I thought it'd be cool to share the process for a poster I made for a contest this September. It was for the London Spanish Book and Zine Fair, which is happening on the 5th of October. I unfortunately didn't win, but I had the honor to have my work be chosen as a runner-up, which means they posted it in their Instagram and also will print it out to hang on the venue, so I was pretty happy about that. And about the results of this attempt to make a poster as well. So the theme for this year was Found by Words, which I took to mean to be found by the words, or to find yourself in the words. I went through many sketches and thumbnail iterations, and also a preliminary sketch that I did on Procreate to map out the composition and color scheme, so that's why I had everything planned out before recording this video. And I just transferred that to Clip Studio Paint and finished it there. That's why you can see the sketch on a low opacity layer under the line art that I'm currently doing. I settled on the concept with the help of my dear boyfriend. I wanted to make it personal, or at least make it feel very me, so I went with the girl as the main subject. It's unclear if it's a child or not, but it could be. And I was interpreting this in a very metaphorical way, so we ended up arriving at this concept, which is like a personification of words being offered to her, a reader, and that encounter causing an emotional reaction because the words resonated so deeply. As I said, the first sketch was just to define the vibes, but even so, I really disliked the way I drew the actual character, so I made a big point of drawing her better this time. I put a lot of focus on the line art, using this grungy dry ink brush and making it wobbly and wonky and non-continuous. What some would call line art shame, I call line art pride. I do think it helped give it a sense of raw wonder. As for the hair, I had this idea mid-drawing of making her hair float to exacerbate the whimsy in a very Ghibli-esque way, which reminds me of a piece I did in 2022 for a cookbook, which had a Atelier zine that I love. It's full of wonder as well, so that's the vibe I was going for. I decided to line the flower in a very chaotic way to emphasize the metaphorical use of it, and I really like the way it came out. The colors were already planned out, so I just followed whatever was on the sketch. End of video. Okay. The only exception of the pre-planned colors was the hair, because in this new iteration it reminded me of the sea, so I went with the green-blue color instead of the brown of the sketch. But overall I wanted to just use purpley tones for the shadows and like shadowy parts, and draw attention to the hand and the flower, which is emanating a warm yellow light and also being bright pink and red. It was unintentional, but this arrangement of a pink rose looking flower and oval light did end up reminding me of the rose in the dome of Beauty and the Beast, which was a movie I used to watch at least once a day as a child, so I don't know if that means anything. But anyway, the low light made it look pretty dramatic, which I like. That light hitting from below did give me a little bit of trouble because I didn't want to make it super rendered. I wanted to make it pronounced while keeping it simple, so I tried only highlighting the most essential points in the face. I don't know if I was super successful with that middle ground. I also decided to make the hair glow a bit from below to push the sea imagery and magic of it all. Speaking of, making the flower look glowy with this yellow line art was also a key element for that. And to add more texture and whimsy, some rays of light, along with the little stars that I added later on. think this way of rendering the flower made it look less like an actual real object and more like a symbol, which was the goal. Here was checking the values, as it was very important for the flower to be lighter than everything else. I kind of then remembered I had to make it fit the guidelines. So there it is, and also add the logo somewhere in the poster. And then I added an unplanned part of the poster that I still hadn't figured out till then, but looking back it's quite obvious that it fits there, which is the title. I think it turned out to be my favorite part of the poster. And here I was just adding more details and smoothing things out. So cream pencil, I worship you. part that I took the longest to figure out, the words on the hand. After much overthinking, I decided to use a quote from The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, which has nothing to do with the fair being in London or being to celebrate Spanish culture, but I thought it would fit my interpretation of the theme and represent part of my culture since I'm Brazilian. Well, I admittedly haven't read this book, but from what my boyfriend has told me, I felt like it would fit the theme, and sure enough, this quote, which is a dialogue about the fear of failure, heavily resonated with me, so I used it. So, to Brazilians who might cringe at my choice, a big foda-se. I relate to it. Here I added a glow layer to the flower, which was essential to the piece. So all that was left was to tighten the font and layout, so I did a bit of tweaking and fixing here and there to make it look more balanced. Overall, I'm really happy with this. It was very fun, and I really want to work on more posters and discover more creative ways to explore composition and storytelling. If you liked this video and you'd like to see what's coming up, please like and subscribe to help me out, and see you in the next one. Bye!